Well, there is one other tip I can share with you. You probably do this. So this is not for the coupons, but those clip coupons, but this is for the promotion. So if you create a promotion which gets displayed on the product page, and you can show several of those, you can create several, and then select them to be combinable, first of all, so that this becomes deal stacking. But what you can do is you can elect to display the promotion on the product detail page, but require a coupon code to be entered. So when you create the promotion, you select that option, and a coupon code will be generated. If you want Amazon to generate, it will, you just click the button, it will generate, or you plug in yours. Not every single thing you enter will be accepted, so don't just make up coupon codes yourself thinking that it's going to be accepted. But once the coupon code is determined and you create the promotion, select to display on the product detail page, it's going to be displayed with a dollar sign next to it. So these are special deals available. And plus you have your clip coupon, and that's going to incentivize the shopper to make the purchase. But guess what they do? They forget to copy the coupon code, and they
Yes,
check out without actually redeeming it. So
exactly.
always require a coupon code. But if you really look at it, go back and see how many people redeem. Not too many will redeem. They'll just forget. So that's another tip.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So,
Awesome.
Ritu, this, I'm afraid that this is all we can do because we've run out of time.
Yeah,
So we covered 7. I mean, I had
yeah.
you right, you know,
Hey, we
yes,
can always do another one.
yes,
We have
definitely. I
more.
mean,
So yeah, yeah.
listen, I've had the pleasure of several of my guests come back and do a reappearance. We will definitely do that. So we'll call this Winning PPC Strategies Part 1, and then we'll do another one, and then we'll cover it and cover some of the things that Amazon just released with sponsored brand and sponsored display. So
Sounds
now
great.
we've got a few minutes left, and this is my favorite part of every show, where I get to learn about my guests. So I know you and I'm not interested in your resume. Usually, in this few minutes, I'd like to get to know the person in terms of what kind of life experiences brought you here to do what you're doing. And I'm not talking about school either. I'm talking about growing up as a kid. So, I mean, you are a woman, first of all. It's unusual for a woman to be an entrepreneur, being, our generation, so to speak, at least. So, how is it that a young girl growing up ends up being an electronics engineer and an entrepreneur and starts a company? So, tell me about that.
Yeah, so I think I would maybe like to introduce my grandfather, who is no more, but my grandfather was probably the only other entrepreneur in my family. So he was there, and then everybody else, like my dad, my aunts and my siblings, none of them have, well, maybe my sister has a little bit of the entrepreneurial thing, but for the most part, they're regular people doing regular jobs. And, my mom's doctor and dad's been a professor at a university. So my grandfather actually was a merchant in pre-partition India. So as you guys know, in 1947, India was split into two countries. My grandfather used to live on the other side in Pakistan, which at the end of partition, or when the partition happened, he actually traveled to Delhi along with the whole family, and he settled in India as a refugee because of the religious differences, right? They split the country based on whether you're Hindu or Muslim. So now my grandfather came with very little, but he was able to, in no time, he was able to set up a very simple business of just buying yarn, like there's like these bundles of yarn, and he would use one of his tools that he had into these little balls. So take yarn and convert it to balls, then go and sell it back into the market. So that was his kind of daily routine. I would see him on his bicycle. He would ride like 10 kilometers in the morning, buy the yarn, do the processing, and then, you know, in a few days' time, go back and sell it and so on. So I observed my grandfather being an entrepreneur at that age, and I saw how amazing his whole kind of, you know, life was with, you know, exploring different things and just having that freedom of being able to do whatever he wanted. If his mind said, "Oh, I want to learn Persian at the age of 60," which he did, he went and learned Persian, and that also inspired me because I went and learned Japanese at the age of 26. So, you know, I think my grandfather has been an inspiration for me and continues to be in the way he handled people, how he was kind. He was very careful about his body, doing lots of exercise every day, 2 hour walk and stuff like that. So that I think inspired me, and I think children are impressionable. They learn from what they're seeing, what they observe. And I spent a lot of time with my grandfather. He taught me how to bike, he taught me how to swim, he taught me how to walk and all that stuff. So I don't know if that answers, but yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's kind of my inspiration.